Hey Kingsmen, welcome back. I hope you are all doing well. My name is Kingston, and today we have another Napoleonic Total War 3 battle. This one is especially special. Using special a lot makes it very special. We are playing a battle watching a battle that I myself have played in. Now, disclaimer on this battlefield, some of us were trying out some factions we were not very good at. Russia, I believe. He was trying out Russia for like the third time, so I was newer to Bavaria. I do love Bavaria, and you'll see why in this battle. Hopefully, it will display it well. We will see. Of course, we have Steely Dan playing as America, and I'm blanking on who this... I apologize. I'll get his name at the end. And I'm blanking on the enemy team players, but all were in an NPL game, internal game, and it was a lot of fun. So, as you can see, it is a Bavaria, Poland, and US taking on Russia, Spain, and Hanover. So, a lot of heavy factions. Spain and Hanover and Russia all bringing a lot of infantry. And a lot of militia for Hanover, but still it's mass. And Poland is not having any mass. This is their army right here. This is basically the whole army. Now Hanover, you can see, kind of is teasing. I'm kind of trying to protect my horse artillery, pushing up by some cuirassiers, and then I believe just some chevaliers, dragoons, and more chevaliers. Spain and Russia are kind of looking like they're going to team up against the U.S. The U.S. does not bring a lot of heavy or even medium cav. It's a lot of... They're bringing some dragoons, but these guys are not going to do well against a head-on fight against Spain and Russia. Now, the reason I love Hanover is because you could bring this... Some may call it toxic, some may call it genius. 20 line infantry. Okay, 20 line infantry. And they're decent morale, decent, like, shooting accuracy. I did bring some, like, sappers or something like that, I do believe. Not a lot of squarables, but, you know, it's thick Bavarian lines. I did bring some 6-pounders way back here, my horse artillery, and the rest of my cav, except for one guarding that 6-pounders over here. Of course, bringing the heavies. My generals way over here, I was hoping that maybe it would make them think that, oh, well, hold on, I'm missing some action here. I apologize. So some cav going against Hanover, trying to force them to not be able to take this LOC. Although, to be honest, I think they are. Now we do have the horse artillery for Poland firing into some really good Hanover line infantry. Like I said, majority of what Hanover brings is a lot of a landwehr, a lot of cheap landwehr, but in mass, it can really start to stack up. Now, right now, we are trying to just basically defend our flank. We don't want them to know that we are so far away, and this Bavarian line infantry is not very fast. So, the U.S. is looking like they may be getting overwhelmed here. They're getting hit both sides. Spain's kind of going in. I probably should have reinforced him. I left Steely Dan all by himself. But you know what? It may be worth it, because Hanover is pushing. And if I can help out the smaller Polish army, maybe we can cut it. But it's not looking too good. Now, we do have horse artillery set up, and it looks like hussars for Hanover are going to be charging down. Oh, yeah, also way up here by the 2-pointer. I think he got some artillery. But we are going to charge in here. Chevaliers against hussars. And we're going to hopefully intercept them and force them not to be able to take on... you can see actually both of us breaking, but then another charge as well, and this is when I was like, Poland, I need y'all help. Because I'm getting charged. Now, I did have a gen nearby, so I'm starting to really do well. Hanover is starting to run over some cav here. My dragoons are going to help here, but my chevaliers did win. Now, over here, I also won.
This building has
so,
fallen
yeah,
to the enemy.
So far, we are doing well against Hanover. Now, he did have some skirmishers here that are, they just fired a volley at my cav at far range, so I was like, you know what, screw it. We're going in, we're taking out these skirms, because I'm gonna regret this if I don't. So hopefully they won't get another volley off. I don't know if they actually did. Before, oh yeah, they did. So I may lose them, but I feel like that's a worthwhile trade. Hanover cav did come back. You can see I did break these guys, so they're probably not gonna come back. But America did go for something way over here. I don't know exactly what it was. But you can see that Spain is really massing up here. America's having to like spread on both sides here. In the forest, they're kind of trying to leave themselves to be, you know, defended. They were trying to come over to this hill where we were going to try holding. My artillery is pouring into Hanover, way over there, while the rest of my troops are going to march up here. But, I mean, America is kind of in a tough predicament here. They don't have a lot. In fact, we have Spain pushing forward some cav here. And I don't want them to take out my 6-pounders. I do have some Ulanen, some Lancers, who are kind of riding, trying to defend that artillery piece. It looks like Spain's actually going to start falling back. For now. We have a good, strong position here. Hanover's advancing. It looks like Poland has fallen back. He has his horse artillery limbering back up. He has cav in the forest, kind of hidden there. So it looks like this is where the fight is going to be being held at. We're going to try holding them along this line for the time being, while America and the rest of my infantry can get around this hill, and that's what we're hoping. Yeah, my horse artillery are really going to start pouring in the kills. I think I was focusing on the land work, but you can see he's starting to mass up on this flank. He has some line infantry sitting up on this right flank. His center is weak, but that's okay for him for right now, because he can afford to lose those guys. We do have more landware massing up here in Spain. Looks like they're starting to approach here. I'm getting kind of nervous that Russia and Spain are here, and America is way over here by themselves. So I was getting a little concerned there. Regular volleys being exchanged by the landware and the Polish line infantry. To his credit, he's holding beautifully as he can. Smoke drifting over to this side of the battlefield. But yeah, we were starting to get a little concerned, and I do believe I limbered up my horse artillery because I was like, man, Spain and Hanover coming over with fresh cav. Spain has actually cut me off from my army here. Getting a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie, I was getting a little nervous here. My artillery is sitting right here. My line infantry need to get down here as quickly as possible, but there's literally no infantry here. There's just a bunch of cav. The only infantry are this Polish infantry. We are getting heavily outnumbered. Hanover is making a good push here. More artillery are going to shift over. Honestly, if Spain and Hanover pushed at the same time, they probably could crush us right here and now. I do hear some cav, but they are not going to. We do have artillery sitting here just punching back, forcing back any of the Hanover infantry that are going to try to do anything. Spain still said they're trying to get aggressive here. Russia is just hovering with their cav on the flank of America. The U.S. are kind of having to figure things out. They got some second rifles, first rifles forming up, maybe pour some shots in. We have the cuirassiers, some Gusari, and yeah, a lot of lights with heavies. The heavies are going to be potent, for sure. Now, there's some U.S. artillery here that was getting concerned, although, if you see here, I'm going to clash with both of them. I'm also running up some line infantry to hopefully pour a volley into the Spanish. Now, this Lancers are not going to do very well, but my volley hopefully will start dropping some of the Spanish cav. But not doing too well. I'm rushing over some more of my Dragoons because I'm getting kind of worried, in panic mode. I'm also going to charge these Dragoons of Spain. Try to break them, but my Lancers are going to start running low. But I do have infantry now. That volley probably killed a lot of my own guys.
Our men are running, sir.
But if I can just get rid of the Spanish cav. So at this point, it does look like my artillery is safe for now. And I am forming up here. I still don't know where Spain and Russia's armies are. And we're just trying our best to form up here into a regular order of battle. Now, we do have Poland attacking some squares. Can they get a square off in time? No, they do not. And a bunch of guys get tossed, and they get shot directly in the face. So Poland is having some problems here. Struggling in these woods. Over here, this is a regular line fight, and guys, Poland and Hanover going 1v1 at the moment. Artillery, horse artillery, gonna really help this side. In fact, maybe they're focusing down this line infantry. There's not a lot of cav on this side, and look at Hanover pushing up here. Looking bad. Looking very, very bad. Now, you're gonna see something very sad happen. I think I tried warning Steely Dan that his artillery was gonna get charged. And in the midst of the confusion, I don't think I confirmed that he heard me, and he did not, in fact, hear me. So, this was a huge loss. Rip 12 pounders. Because they are about to be destroyed. They were brave in the face of... Oh my goodness. Rip F's in the chat for this guy. So he lost him, but we did take out his cav. I'm moving up my infantry finally. Gonna reinforce the flank because Hanover is starting to push up here, and we have nothing but cav trying to face him. In fact, Poland is pushing back because he's gonna get flanked by a bunch of landware. Look how much landware they brought. Now this stuff in mass can definitely be dangerous if you double stack it. Now it looks like we may have some line infantry. Oh, we have some cav here. And they do not form square in time. But now some Hanover Hussars are going to countercharge, try to deal with the Zulani. I think he sacrificed some to get some more of his artillery and like such back. The U.S. are still, they're kind of like inching forward, trying to stay protected, but inching forward here. Those guys came back again. But look at this, we have Russia in the back lines here. So Dan's doing his best to combat some heavy Russian cav, some heavy firepower, as well as Spain now. I should have left those dragoons over there. We do have horse artillery now firing. I think I'm going for some of the hussars of Spain. We still don't have anybody scouting here. I should have asked Steely Dan to scout his militia hussars out there. But we have this cav in the center. And here comes Hanover. Now, brave Poland is going to try to hold all on their own. Brave Poland. True MVP. Now my infantry is getting here. I'm finally using this road, getting around fast, but then here, I think comes, yeah. Look at this. Here we go. We got cav amassing up here. We got some heavies and some dragoons. They're going to start smashing into militia, the U.S., and they're going to try to out-multitask the U.S. Doing a good job of scrambling. Now they're going to fall back. More cav probably going to rush in here. This is not looking too good, and at this point, the tables begin to turn against us. And I knew it. Ooh, good volley, though. Good volley. Did a lot of damage, but here comes the rest. I'm going to charge in my dragoons because I don't want to leave America out high and dry in this water. But here comes more dragoons charging in. This is looking bad for the U.S. Ooh, these guys are getting a little femmed. Okay, a lot femmed. But I think he was multitasking. My dragoons are going to go in, charging some of the Spanish dragoons, but I think I'm going to get outflanked here. And I'm going to lose them. So Spain has the numbers at the moment. America is scrambling as fast as possible to try to get his guys back. I think he's basically given up on this infantry ever really making themselves out of there. At the same time, U.S. cav kind of falling back, but here comes Russia, possibly to try to seal this whole side of this U.S. army. Try to seal it. But they should have charged in while these guys were all disorganized, honestly. Spain should have charged in as well. But here we're starting to see the Russian army. I'm trying to mass my troops up. I saw this and I was like, well, great. You know, like, what am I going to do now? I got my artillery in a bad position. Honestly, didn't have anything guarding them. That was very stupid of me. Some more. Now Poland's over here trying to hold back the massive coalition cav tidal wave. Not looking too good, though. These heavies are now in there, and Poland's looking like they are not going to be able to help out very well either. Oh, man. Kingston. Killing your own cuirassiers. My goodness. Oh, yeah. I did charge in my cav to save some of his line infantry. So I charged in my chevaliers just to stop them so we can reform our line. Not a bad idea. Because now... Oh, yeah, no. I was saving his artillery, which managed to be saved. So, mission accomplished. Now, I'm starting to reform because here comes Russia. Russia's coming straight for me, and I am a little screwed here, to say the least. U.S. is pulling back what they have left. Managed actually to save a lot of his army. A lot of them coming back, just shaking. The U.S. losing more cav, just getting multitasked out the wazoo, honestly. My artillery, I don't know what I was thinking. Putting them here. But, yeah, I at this point, I think I realized they were dead. There's nothing you can do. I'm trying to fall back because Russia's pushing on my flank. I thought they'd be pushing a little harder. I brought a lot of infantry, so I can definitely hold. I now have some cuirassiers going to try to stop the landwehr. Landwehr are definitely something that can break to some heavies. I'm getting some nasty volleys in my face, though, but I am striking right into them. Look at this. Now, I may not break all of them. They have their general right nearby, but I will cause a lot of death, a lot of... We're just basically charging our cap in and out. Now, that's what you have to do. See, the cuirassiers are active, so you got to pull them back before they get tired. Otherwise, it's not going to work. So I've fallen back. Yeah, there goes my artillery. Spain just charged in and just cleaned it up. The vultures. No, I'm just kidding. That was very wise of them to do that. So now we are starting to panic. We have a Russian cav. America is way over here by themselves. And this Russian and Spanish cav in between the two of us. We are trying to fight this battle on this side. I'm going to push up my horse artillery and form them up as well. We gotta stop this. Like, if we can maybe defeat this land where we can win. Now, there's a huge cav fight. Thankfully, these guys are breaking, so they actually will run off before they come back. We got a square over here. I actually didn't realize that Poland was dealing with a flank. We got some Polish lancers now going to charge against this cav and take out an artillery piece. At the same time, I'm trying to scramble my forces. I'm pouring my reserves right here, but I'm just setting up as many troops as possible on this flank here. America is just going to try to form up and meet us in the middle, as there's only some cav and a little bit of infantry here. They have some Grens, though. I do not like that. And the guard pushing up on this left side, but they're going to push up this hill towards me. The only thing in my favor right now is that I have a hill. Only thing in my favor. We do have some cav fighting the hussars. Poland able to rout them, but his flank is looking like it's getting turned by Hanover, so they're going to have to... Thankfully, it's not a lot, but Poland is really taking the brunt of this battle. My horse artillery now forming up in the center. This is a risky strategy, but we have cav to defend it. That's the important thing. Make sure you have the cav to defend it. Now, at the same time, cuirassiers and basically hussars, are massing up on my flank. I don't have any squares. The only square is right here. And that's it. I think I have a combat gen right here. But other than that, I'm kind of screwed. Russia is coming in mass. Spain is going to take on America. So that will at least it's just Spain, you know? Like, we're almost 1v1. I'm taking on some of Hanover, but taking on mainly just Russia. So right now, no one is out overwhelming anyone else. I don't like this. I never like to be in a square where they can focus on one side and just shoot. So I never will like that. So that's why I fixed it. Basically, I fixed it so that I would at least have a firing line. I can always flank out. There's not a lot of them. I have more line infantry I can push out. Now, of course, the cav is going to be a problem. I can't really deal with this very well. And look at how much the map we're actually fighting on. All this map, and we're fighting right here only. Obviously, it's the high ground, but we're massing up here. I have some cuirassiers and some chevaliers, and of course, there's some hussars and some, what is this, lancer? No, some heavies. Oh, I did not realize he had heavies. So no lancers even, but we have them up slightly outnumbered. What the plan was to let my cuirassiers go in first, and then we can flank with the rest of the cav because their lights will be pretty easy to defeat. Now, we do have some line infantry, some guard getting very, very close. In fact, thankfully, he charged my line instead and then charged my chevaliers, who are going to take the brunt of this fight. But both of our heavies are now going to smash into the cuirassiers. Now, he did hit my line, and I scrambled to reform this line. He's going to try to patch up here, but we are definitely starting to win. On this side over here, he's starting to look a lot better here. Look at Russia. They are so close. We are firing directly point blank into each other's faces. Over here, America is just now starting to form up. They have a high ground, so the battle's starting to turn around. We do have some cav charging some first rifles here. They're going to run back. And, well, they may lose some of them, but they should be okay as that cav is already starting to waver. And the U.S. is actually coming over here to help out. In fact, they did a back charge here against Russia, and now Russia is doing a full-on bayonet charge. Charging in here on multiple sides. They do have a road right here, and they are charging in as we've defeated all the cav of Russia. And there's cav charging in the back. My guys are starting to be shaken a little bit, but he's going to do a bayonet charge. along the whole line. And oh, we do have some cav going in on my horse artillery, so but they thankfully break. I think artillery blasted them right in the face, but Hanover's getting really close. Russia had a huge break by bayonet charging me. I don't know if that was exactly what he thought would happen or like what he had planned, but now I have a very large army, and the thing about 3v3s, guys, is at a certain point you can tell when you're going to win. Unless Spain can turn it around against America, then Russia just broke and Hanover's all by their lonesome. They are still holding on the side a little bit, but I'm going to start focusing them down with the whole weight of Bavaria. Is this build toxic? That is the question, guys. Answer in the comments. Do you think this build is toxic? 20 line infantry. Now we're going to start pushing Hanover and Russia, trying to hold on. Not looking too good, although Hanover is still holding. And Poland has lost quite a bit, actually, of line infantry here. Oh, I probably should have this on. Spain is not out of this fight yet. Of course, Russia is, but Spain is not totally out of this fight. They're falling back, though. They don't have any really... They don't have cav left, really. They'd have artillery way in the back. But... some of the Russians are coming back, and we're fighting. There's some guards sitting here, as well as some grenadiers. That's going to be a little bit of a tough nut to crack, but we're going to push forward. I'm going to ignore that and push forward. We got to take out Hanover before Russia comes back, because they are going to start coming back. And we do not want that, so we got to keep pushing, keep pushing. My cuirassiers once again going in, this time with hopefully greater effect. This is probably one of the few battles that I actually did use my heavies correctly. Pulling them out before they routed. I was very proud of myself, so just saying. In fact, I'm going to now charge through these guys and hit some skirmishers, as those guys are broken. Oh yeah, I'm starting to lose against the guard here. They actually were making a possible comeback, and I was not happy about that. But like I said, I'm going to keep pushing. Spain is falling back. America's going to start pushing. And where are they going to make their stand here? Did I shoot my own guys? It's embarrassing. Cannot believe it. I mean, it happens. But now Hanover is starting to fall back in try to reform here. My cuirassiers are still here. I'm trying to pull them out, honestly. I don't want them to break. Oh, they broke another one. So look at this. Russia's coming back. So I'm going to rush these guys out of there. Man. No, they're going to get charged by some dragoons. Well, that is unfortunate. Hopefully I don't volley them with my own infantry. But I'm going to rush them out of there if I can. And we're going to keep pushing here. I think I took a second. Not sure why I did that. Not sure why, but Russia's trying to push on the flank here. I have some line infantry in the back that are going to try to pour some volleys in on them. I may have to peel some guys off. What was I doing here? Oh, there we go. So Hanover's still trying to hold here. Russia actually has some line infantry reforming. Like I said, they're all starting to come back. So I wasn't able to really utilize that, and now they have artillery. That honestly is probably going to start really putting some pressure on me. Over here, Spain is actually falling back a lot. And America's starting to push, so we're going on the offensive now that we've held the hill. Honestly, Russia, they could probably fall back to this town with Hanover and do it well, but Poland is not letting Hanover just get away with it. They're charging in their heavies. And not letting them get away. There's a pocket with an artillery piece that's really going to give problems for Poland. But yeah, I'm starting to push. Russia is forming up. I am doing one big mega line. I do think I start splitting it up into battle groups, as I don't want to deal with a big line. That just looks bad. And it's not good for multitasking. This artillery is a problem, and I have heavies that are exhausted, so I'm really going to start taking a lot of casualties to this artillery piece. You see, they're really starting to pound me to pieces. So this was my decision. I'm just going to take the losses because I'm stinking Bavaria, and I have 20 line infantry. I can take it. That's what I thought. All right, well, let's see if that works out for me because, you know, I had to try to go for it. America's on my flank. They're fighting Spain. I'm taking heavy losses here. My guys are getting plastered to pieces. The closer I get, the more death and destruction. I think I asked America if he could send some cav over. I was like, Dan, do me a solid. We are dealing... Here we go. So they're gonna charge in their cav. But thankfully, he can now charge in his cav and go for the guns. And I just am ignoring them. My guys may start dying. But it's a do or die. It's a do or die, guys. And I need to do. Oh, I caught them before they fired. I didn't even realize that. I would have probably been way more stressed about this. So he may have gotten the artillery out of there, but they're stopped. They're silenced, and I'm going to start pushing here on both sides. Russia having a very actually nice stand here. His initial attack may have not gone well, but his defense was costly for me. I lost a little too much. But I am outnumbering him now, so that's not going in your favor. If you're Russia and you're outnumbered, it's bad. And they don't have any cav to defend. So I'm just going to overwhelm his position in this battle, besides Hanover's little pocket, which looks like Poland's actually just totally overwhelming it. Yeah, we got some line infantry. A general. Oh, these guys are getting shot to pieces. And they're going to break. Hanover really doing a good job of just forcing back Poland. We got Russia over here now. Really trying to get their weight's worth. And yeah, I'm going to try to deal with them. At the same time, Russia had a mass break. Once again, this time it is over. And we have America sitting, look at this, sitting back with the skirms. And there's nothing the Spanish can do about it. Nothing. Literally nothing. And they're just going to keep pushing forward. Look at these rifles. Look like freaking blunderbusses. We have some skirms on this side who are trying to shoot down the skirms of the U.S., but the U.S. have just a lot more of them. And they're just going to start shooting away. Oh gosh, that guy's eyes. So Spain is fighting on their own. I'm sending over some of my forces and sending over some to help finish up Hanover. We have the Russians surrounded. Rip the Grens. They did so well. They do bad. Decent. Actually taking a lot of my troops here, but Hanover's basically gone. I'm going to do a bayonet charge here. And the U.S. are going to start pushing on Spain. Spain, unfortunately, just outnumbered now and being outgunned. So they're going to start falling back here. They're just getting outplayed. These skirms, honestly, what Spain should have done here, because there were skirmishers here, if they pushed up, unless these guys have fire at will off, then they will volley and actually kill some of their own skirmishers. And you can get a solid volley off and kill a lot of skirmishers at close range. In fact, their morale can't take one solid volley. Say they got to right here, this along here, and fired one, it would probably rout a couple of these skirms. He may pull them back, though, in time, so never know. That's about it, I think, for this battle. It's just the last desperate stand of Spain. What an unlikely alliance you see Bavarian and America marching together. Oh, I see some cav. Some U.S. Cav destroying any of these skirmishers. They're probably going to die. Spain's like, can you don't? Spain's like, can you don't? Their right flank, though, is looking pretty bad here. They're getting squares charged now. Some line infantry, some third line infantry gonna go in. And I'm coming up on the rear. I'm almost too late to this fight, honestly. But I'm gonna push forward anyway. Spain is, yeah, holding over here. This line is this line should be pushing forward, in my opinion. They could probably do well against Spain now. Actually, America and Spain are both losing men pretty equally at the moment. I have my general nearby. We do have basically a victory on the hill. All it is Spain now. Spain's the last desperate stand here. And I'm going to start forming up to Bavaria. Now I may lose some troops here as these guys are going to get a deadly volley here. Or not. Maybe Musket Bug is being strong. Musket Bug seems to be going on here. This is odd. There we go. You see it's actually starting to cause some breakage, so I'm pushing up my general to kind of deal with it. Spain's trying to... there we go. Now they're forming up, and it's finally that line fight. Their right flank, though, is kind of in shambles. Oh my goodness. Look at this poor guy. Is this what he thought? Is this what he thought light battle would be? Is this what he thought the fight would be? Okay, I can't see him. Hold on.
Our men are running.
Honestly, is this what that guy thought? Being dragged by a horse. Play. That did not look like something that anyone would want to do. Spain is breaking. Their general is getting shot to pieces. They are starting to just fall apart. I mean, they're being 2v1. And this battle is basically over. That hill fight, for a second, I thought was lost. Thankfully, we kept the initiative when it came to the Cavs. When you bring Poland, you're always gonna do very well. And this is no different. No different here. When it comes to the Cav, Poland helped me hold, and we were able to push. And now I would say Spain is on their last leg. They're getting some good volleys. Actually, it looks like they're breaking some of... Look at these. Man, they're starting to lose a lot. No wonder the U.S. didn't want to do a line fight against the Spanish. And America keeps doing some bayonet charges. We were taking LOCs as well to make sure that we would, secure an LOC victory. And I think now we are just kind of rushing in. Let's fast forward just a little bit here. So yeah, Spain just kept getting charged in the flank and in the flank, and they just kept breaking, and the morale was terrible at that point. We secured the LOCs just in case they would try to go in LOC, because that's totally a viable solution. In fact, I think we just surrounded this and fired until any Hanoverian troops were gone. But yeah, it was a good game. Like I said, a lot of people trying factions for the first time. I think it's like the first or second time I tried Bavaria. Getting a lot more comfortable with it. We're just going to deal with this last Spanish unit, and it's over. But yeah, you guys could tell me what you thought of my build. As you can see, I brought 27,000 men. I brought more than anyone else in the battlefield, only slightly less than Brownstead as Hanover. Apple Truce, that was it. So Apple Truce was trying out Russia for like the second time. So, let's see, the most kills I got was with my heavies because they kept going in for repeated charges, and then honestly, when I was charging down the hill, they probably got a lot of kills of routing troops. But, yeah. That is about it. And it was multiple Castros playing as the Polish, holding back Roundstead squad, and Apple Truce fighting against me and Steely Dan. So, also as I note, Steely Dan also has a YouTube channel, does some NGW3 content. So, you know, let's go check him out if you want to see other battles. You know, the more we support this community, the bigger it's going to grow, and the more people are going to keep playing it. And that's kind of what I want to see is more people playing it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, and I will catch you all in another video.